So we're checking out your UV maps here, and there are quite a few problems right off the bat with the UVs, and that's mostly to do with seams and also use of 0 to 1 space, so resolution basically. So taking a look here, there are tons and tons of pieces. All right, this is just the head. Okay. So there are lots of different parts here. There are lots of seams in your texture. All right. So basically, for example, this area is part of the face here, and it's it's got a lot of breaks in it. The nose seems to be partially elsewhere, somewhere in here, and as well as parts of the eye socket here, and it's just not really connected in a cohesive way. So, why is this bad? And, what does it really mean? If you're trying to paint a texture on this character, okay, you want to maybe take some realistic skin and paint that skin texture onto your character. This is where that paint is going to go. Okay, it's going to be on your UV maps here. So basically, you're going to get something like this, your UV map, all right? And you'll have to then paint your texture based on this UV map. So, it's not always possible to just paint things right onto the model. You may need to actually paint in your UV map here. Okay, and also, even if you are painting right on the model, the better your UV maps are set up, the easier time you're going to have with that. So basically, anywhere you see an outside edge on any one of these pieces, okay, you're going to see a seam show up on your model, okay? So, for example, if we come into the face here, there's going to be a seam that's visible to whoever's viewing the model, coming up right here, across here, over here, right there, around the mouth, up here, over there, back this way, up here, and it just kind of goes on, comes down this way, back over here, again down the nose, about right there, and coming back up. So you're going to be able to see all these breaks in your texture, okay? And it's going to not look too good once you get some texture on there, okay? It looks fine right now because this is all one solid color, but if you do ever want to put any kind of actual texture on here, it's not going to work very well. So, same thing here, we've got the side of the head, and we've got this seam coming up right here at the back of the neck, okay? This part is hidden by the hair, so that's probably alright, but again, here as well, we'll have these seams that are just kind of jutting out and zigzagging all over the place, alright? So you definitely want to avoid having all those seams on your model, okay? You want to, as much as possible, keep seams in places where people are not likely to see them or to view the character. So for this example in the book, we keep the seam at the back of the neck here and just going up to the top of the head, alright? So that way your face, which is what a lot of people, focus on right away, face is very important, remains seamless, okay? Now the other problem here is that we also have all these little tiny bits, okay? Lots of little bits here and there. So when you're looking at your UV map and you're getting ready to paint a texture on your UV map, the problem with these little bits and pieces is, if your texture artist gets this, they can tell, you know, okay, well, this seems like this is the side of the head, so, you know, I guess I know how to paint that, or where the shadows would lie there, so we can paint this side of the head. You know, but when they get to something like this, they go, well, you know, I don't know what part this is. This could be on the cheek somewhere. This could be part of inside the ear. You know, it could be anything. So it's really important to make sure that things kind of stay together in fairly solid pieces, or at least that we don't have any of these little bits hanging around, so that we can easily tell what part this belongs to. All right, is this hair? Is it skin? Like what is it? So you have to be careful of that and mindful of that, so that you can then paint these effectively and keep out those extra seams, because obviously these are all going to cause seams as well. Each little piece is going to be a bunch of seams on your model, right? So same thing with the body here. You know, again, we've got lots of little teeny tiny pieces. You know, lots of seams in places. Again, here, you know, there'll be all kinds of seams on the hand here. Lots of little bits that you won't really be sure, you know, what are these. And also, you know, this isn't really an effective use of this 0 to 1 space, because you've got a lot of empty space up here that's just kind of taken up by these little teeny tiny things in a row. And if you lay this out so that your pieces are a little more together, all right, in solid parts, okay, then you'll be able to scale them up within the 0 to 1 space, so that you can really make the most of this space, which then means you will be able to get higher resolution, okay? So the larger these are, the more area you have to paint in, and the higher resolution your character is going to be. So it's very important to use up this space as much as you can. All right. So the book gives one example of how to use up that space effectively, and how to keep from having too much stretching and too many seams. So I would definitely go in and take another look at that. The tongue, you know, the tongue is not so bad. It's not quite using up as much of this 0 to 1 space as it could. And also we're getting some odd seams here, all right, just down the side of the tongue. But this is, you know, probably not too major. The tongue stays inside the mouth a lot of the time, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But definitely come in here and work on getting the body in order, and the head and face, all right? Let me know if you have any specific questions about any of this stuff. And happy UV mapping.